Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tyler Creates YouTube channel. My name's Tyler. I hope you all are having a blessed day. I like that intro a little bit better. I didn't think I would ever be filming a video on this specific lawnmower again. I'm going to explain kind of the backstory with this mower. By the thumbnail, some of you that have watched the channel's videos before know that this is the 1990s green Craftsman lawnmower that I did a revival on. And I had planned on flipping the mower. I bought it for $75 and invested, I think I had in it 115 bucks total. I'm gonna explain the backstory about this mower. I intend to flip it. That hasn't happened yet. So, sorry about that. Helicopter's passed over now. So this is the mower that I bought for $75 and I intend to resell it and flip it. So what happened was I posted this mower on Marketplace and it sat. Brief overview is what happened here. It sat over there in my yard and it sat on a slight incline, so it was face down. Sat for like 2 weeks or something. I just let it sit in the yard, whatever. And I went to start it to move it, or I needed it to mow. Actually, I needed it to mow the lawn because the other mowers weren't working. So I was gonna get this mower and mow. Mind you, this whole time in the video, I started this mower and it ran great. It ran fine. By the way, if my lighting is whack, I am sorry. The sunshine does what the sunshine wants. So can't really control that, but I started the mower up, or in the video I ran the mower around and it ran fine. Didn't smoke or anything weird, didn't have any issues, didn't sound like it was blown up, none of that. So it sits over there for a couple weeks. I go and start it up and it lets a little puff of smoke out, nothing like gnarly, so you know, it's a lawnmower, it's not like a car where it's got tighter clearances. It shouldn't really smoke, but I had figured, you know, since it sat on the incline, rings can't block 100% of oil. So I figured, oh, maybe some oil leaked into the cylinder, like a little bit, like a little puff of smoke, whatever. So I started it up, I bring it over here. I think I aired the tire up or something, filled it up with gas. I take it out there, and I did about 40 feet. It was running fine, had it revved up in the RPM range, it was running great. Went about 40 feet, and within about half a second, it went from running fine to like a chooch, like a steady plume of thick smoke coming out. Like it's like the quintessential it just blew up smoke, like shooting smoke out and filling the air with a cloud of smoke you can't see through. It was so bad. So I look up online and I'm like, Briggs & Stratton, single cylinder, 13 horsepower, sucking oil through breather tube or breather hose or out crankcase ventilation. And a video comes up and this guy's talking about, I'll show you guys, the valve cover on these has this mechanism where it's a breather, where it allows air in and a little oil gets mixed in with the air naturally and it gets vented out through the breather tube and recycled into the motor to get reburn. It's a reburn system. And he's like, there's this little hole, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So I stopped the video and I'm like, because all of them were overhead valve motors and all of them were saying like your head gasket's blown, and on an overhead valve motor that can be the case. The exhaust gases will get into the valve chamber and pressurize it, and all that being said, this is a flathead. Breather tube will come off, this choke mechanism will slide out of the road, this will go like that. Okay, this whole assembly can just sit down here. Valve cover here doubles as the crankcase breather. So we're gonna go ahead and take this off. It's going to be, I believe, 5/16. All right. I do have a rag here because some oil tends to drip out, as there is some dripping out currently. Yeah, a little bit of oil. Oh, where did that go? Uh-oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's in the socket somewhere. So, there is indeed some rather disgusting oil. When I say rather disgusting, I mean quite disgusting. That's okay. Wipe it out. This thing, I don't know why that is so dirty all of a sudden. It definitely wasn't that dirty originally. Naturally good oil in them. This thing right here opens and closes super fast and allows air to come out and be other feeling insane, ladies and gentlemen. I don't. So what I didn't show there is I thought this thing was a little low on oil, so I filled it up. Well, it probably just used about the amount of oil I put in. So was the dipstick marked wrong? Like, I mean, obviously I just mowed, and you saw there were some points where it was. So y'all obviously saw there was some points where the mower was definitely like smoking. I wonder if I'm overfilling it, like if it's been overfilled on oil this entire time and the dipstick's just wrong. Like, I don't, because it seems like it's burning it down to the add mark, a little below the add mark, and then it just stops burning it. Like, did you notice how for the first like 3 passes it was smoking really bad, and then it just stopped? And did you also notice that it only smokes when I engage the mower deck? And I could only assume that has to do with the fact that it's because it's under load. This is a weird angle. I mean, if that's not weird, like, the reason I was rocking it is and the reason I was going in circles is I wanted to see if it would do the sloshing to the side thing. I honestly don't understand. I don't get it. That is the weirdest thing ever. Like, maybe I don't know. So maybe the breather's no good. It's just not any good. I don't know, because I thought that would fix it, and it like did fix it, but I had to like run the mower for it to fix it. Which, did I overfill? I mean, I literally put maybe an ounce of oil, 2 ounces, 3 ounces of oil in there. It's not like I poured a whole bunch of oil in it. It was like just below the add mark, and I put just a teeny bit in there, and I figured like, okay, that's obviously enough to put it like in the clear, you know. Why is it smoking? What? I'm gonna go do a pass real quick, and I'll get back to you guys. I'm not gonna record this because I just want to see something here. I'm super confused, and I'm gonna go left turns because I want to see if it smokes. I'm gonna go right turns, turning right because it causes the oil to slosh left. Okay, I'll be right back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I have no clue. I do not know. I went over and mowed a whole bunch more than I just mowed on the camera there. And I mowed a ditch, and I made sure and mowed it this way so all the oil was sitting on this side and it didn't smoke. And then I went and mowed a heavy patch and it smoked, and then it didn't smoke, and it's leaking a little bit out the what is it? It's leaking a little bit out the PCV valve. I'm wondering if the PCV valve's just bad, because at this point, I don't know. I do not have any clue. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a little while since I've recorded. This is the mower that I was just filming in the last clip. It's been hours since I last filmed that. I debated on even filming any of this or doing this. I still don't know that I want to. Okay. I don't like giving up, so you could say that's a bad thing. I know when to give up, if you even can say that, but I'm just not a fan of giving up. It's one of my, maybe a downside? I don't know. The motor on this thing is no good, and the block's junk. Let me show you guys why. So, here is the Briggs Industrial Commercial motor that ran really well and sounded amazing. And I took the head off. Get off me, fly. And, yeah.
That's junk. That's... I can't even... So, you have that. Basically like 80 grit sandpaper in there, so... Alright. So, this block's junk. Somehow, I think water got in there and it rusted or something. I don't know. Cast iron, blah blah blah, whatever. So, I have another motor. I do not want to do this. This was not what I wanted to do. I'll take you guys back and we'll look at the other motor. So, everything's the same on the other motor except for like this flywheel, I think, which I was recently in here a couple weeks ago to try to use a coil, but it didn't work. This mower could have the same problem for all I know. It's definitely overfull on oil. It is definitely disgusting. This mower's probably sat for like 10 years or something. It's sat for a really long time. This mower sat for a really long time. But it is the same motor, just the I think it's actually not even the flywheel. I think this top cover is the only part that's different. This is a Montgomery Ward. It's missing the back half. Oh my gosh. Okay. I guess I'm doing this. So I'll get you guys set up on a tripod. I'm gonna swivel this thing over here so I can maybe work on it or get to stuff. I'm not gonna destroy this thing obviously, but this is it's not doing anything. That's for sure. So what? Oh, that's broke off. Super sad. Oh yeah, that's definitely broke off. Okay. So I'm gonna get you guys set up on a tripod and I'm gonna see if we can get this thing unearthed. This thing has not moved in like 10 years. So hopefully we can do this. Okay. That's not a yellow jacket, that scared me. Are you guys filming? Shoot, I don't even know if I was filming that. Oh, okay. Come here, buddy. Oh, you're attached. Listen. Okay, I'm gonna bust the hood, dude. That was real close. That's not okay. I'll be quitting this extremely fast if that happens. Okay. What's the issue? We're hooked on the stinging ground. I looked at that and I thought I need to take that off. Oh. Duh. Oh, I'm troweling around in here now, boys. Watch out. I'm about to get bit by a spider and have to go to the hospital. Okay. The belt's off. I'm being stabbed now. It's getting progressively worse. I have slivers. Mega heavy. Mega heavy. There it is. Oh, I got stabbed. One of those must be with the motor still. To get that belt off the top one, it just slides off and you have to press the brake in to get that off. Well, I don't know if this motor has ever been out of this mower. Probably not. Probably the first one removing this, which is kind of nice, but who knows. Oh, you guys are now seeing circles. Right, there we go. Sorry. Okay, let's get this motor over on the workbench. Get the spark plug, the shield taken off, and see what we're working with. Alright everybody, we got this motor here. Let's dig into it. I have slivers and stuff now. So now that is something you don't see every day. That's a weird view. That's really weird. That's so crazy. That's actually kind of cool. The valve cover on this was not bolted on. Thankfully, it doesn't look like there's any rust in there. The spark plug. Let's get the spark plug out. Okay. It is a Champion. This is the original spark plug. How do I know this? I looked it up. This is a Champion RJ19LM. This is the original plug, I do believe. Oh yeah. The other Briggs & Stratton, the one that's on the lawnmower now, has way bigger cooling fins. Must have had an overheating problem between then and now, or that now and then. Alright, what do you guys think? Down the last bolt here, is it going to be junk? Is it junk? I don't know. I honestly don't know. The head designs, oh, it's the same. Alrighty. Oh, this motor looks incredibly clean. Compared to the other one, if you guys, I'll show you the other one here in a little bit. It's, okay, let's see. Let me take this. Look at that cross hatching. That's fantastic. This thing's fantastic. Look at this here. This is what a motor should look like. Valves are nice and clean, nice and pistons relatively in good shape. Definitely in worse shape. Okay, we got ourselves a winner here, ladies and gentlemen. So, the sun is getting close to going down. What time is it? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. The sun's getting low, so real quick, I'm gonna drain this oil. That is the wrong size. Where is the 7/16? That is the right size. Oh boy, that is real tight. This is over full, by the way. It's just really black. I don't know. No, it's not magnetic. It's too bad. I don't know why they don't do that. Especially for a mower like this. Ooh, that oil's black. Yeah, it doesn't smell bad. I got too much in it. You know what? This mower's earned it. I'm going to use brand new oil on this motor. I was going to recycle the oil out of the other motor because it's new, but this motor gets new oil. It's nice enough. This is a really good shape motor. I'm very pleased with this. This makes me feel good. Someone's going to get a really good motor. Thank the Lord. I was so worried. What's going on, everybody? It is a new day. We are back with the mower engine. The old mower engine out of the Murray. Yesterday I got the engine out of the Craftsman here, and it was pretty simple, just some bolts. Obviously it was a lot less dirty. This morning I'm going to be putting the head back on this. The head gasket looks fine. I don't think I'm going to get a new head gasket. If it leaks, a head gasket's super easy to replace. But I'm going to put the head back on, and then we are going to wash this thing. I'm also going to take this top off because I want to swap that one over. It has better cooling. I'll compare it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But I want to get this thing washed up, and then I'll let it dry off. We'll swap the new pulley on. This carburetor is, it's a lot more dirty, so I probably will end up doing that, but let's get to it. Alright everyone, so I'm going to start cleaning this in the effort to keep from spreading oil all over the ground. I'm going to scrape this off onto the concrete and then sweep it up and burn it, and it'll just turn into whatever oil turns into when it burns. One thing I will say, having done this a lot, dealing with gross engines, don't get this wet first. When you get this wet or spray stuff on here, it actually works against you. It makes this stuff basically turn into like Play-Doh, tarry goo, whereas now I can just go like, put that back in there, I can just go and it takes all of it off because it's in a like a more dry state is what I would call it. So I am going to go through and clean this motor up, and yeah, then we'll wash it. Here's the head, cleaned up pretty good. I just scrubbed it down with some super clean and metal scrubby, and also a soft scrubby. So alrighty, so we got the old cooling fan here. Obviously it is a smaller design than the new and improved one. Some point along the line, Briggs must have thought that they needed more cooling, which I'm a fan with more cooling on air-cooled motors. Deeper fins, bigger intake. These are pusher fans, they do not pull, they push air through. So bigger intake, larger diameter fins, so a slightly different design on the bottom. But what we're going to do, I'm also going to be using this off of the new junk motor. This is off the old motor, this one here, and it's obviously super rusty, so I am going to clean this off. Someone has been into this or something. This is the old one, this is the new one. And you know what? Now that I'm looking, thankfully I looked, the bolt sizes are different. I think this one would still work, but well, I guess they're universal. That's odd that both these bolts work and they're different sizes. Huh, they're different sizes by like a lot. That's odd. Not really, so we'll just go like there. Okay, that's definitely tight enough. I want to make sure this doesn't come loose. Alrighty everyone, we are going to go ahead and get this thing put on. The dipstick really doesn't need to be in it right now because there's no oil in it. So we're going to go like this. Set it right down on there. There's your new Heart mower. I hope you like it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to get this thing buttoned up, and I will come back to you guys when I get it buttoned up. I got 4 bolts to put on, a starter to put on, the cover to put on, gas, and a coil, and some other random little things here and there. So nothing too crazy. I also got to put the exhaust on, and that's that. call that good. That's directly in the middle of full and add. The sun literally is going down. It's like half behind the hill. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, all things considered, the only thing that's really different on this is, well, the piston and the crank, the block, because we have the same starter, coil, and everything else, and carburetor. So, alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to do it, and let's see if it'll start. Ay, ay, ay. Holy smokes, I'm not even in the shop. Hold on. Thank the Lord. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for this episode. It turned into something that I was not expecting. It went from me showing you how I was going to modify a PCV breather on a Briggs & Stratton to swapping an entire motor into this lawnmower. Someone's going to be getting a real kick-butt mower now. As you guys have seen, this mower runs fantastic. I did look some videos up online, and as far as I can tell, it does sound like a normal Briggs single-cylinder motor. So, that's that. I gave it a wash. Put some wax on it. It's non-shiny wax, but it still will protect the paint that I did work hard on to fix. I did tighten the steering nut at some point because the actual steering wheel was loose on the shaft. Went through and lubricated everything, and yeah, I'll take you guys in. We'll do one last look around this thing. So I just wanted to say again, I did not plan on doing this to this mower, but hey, I'm getting into filming more of what I'm doing, and this video started out on me showing how to do something which I don't really film anymore, but quickly changed into the type of style that I want it to be, which is the calamity that happened, me changing a mower engine. It's the first mower engine I've ever changed, by the way, so obviously it was 4 bolts and not that much work, but they can get a lot more complicated than that. So yeah, let's take one last look around this thing. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Let me know in the comments what you think of this mower. Does it look nice? Is it a nice mower? The overspray does suck, but it's so, people always seem to like paint with the mower nearby. So as you can see, nice red overspray on everything. This here, I trimmed this, and the previous owner said they bought a new gas tank. Well, they bought the wrong gas tank, and it hits. So it doesn't hit near as bad as it did. It usually hit up here. Now it hits way down here because I trimmed probably 1/4 of an inch off this and then sanded it so it's not sharp. But there's the Briggs & Stratton motor. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for one of these Briggs motors. They are actually a very nice motor. At first I thought they were kind of a junk motor, kind of a single cylinder, just junk motor, but because of their simplicity, the only thing I don't like is they don't have an oil filter, but because of their simplicity, they're actually pretty reliable motors. They run great. They're extremely well balanced, it seems like, for a single cylinder. So yeah, I'll definitely be keeping my eyes out for more of these motors. So I do have a parts motor. Drop a comment down below if you want to see me tear that parts motor apart, and I'll just do a quick video of me tearing it apart. Drop a comment that you want to see that, and I can rip the motor apart. It shouldn't take too long, but I think that'd be kind of a cool video. I'll probably do it regardless, but if you want me to film it, I sure could film it for y'all. This motor did not turn out as clean, which is okay. At first I thought this motor had a leak right here where the bottom block joins to the top, but it doesn't look like it's leaking. This residual wet here is, I lubricated some stuff on this just a couple minutes ago, made sure everything slides nice and good. Went ahead and cleaned the inside of the hood out. As far as I'm aware, the lights, well, they work when the mower's on, I do believe. So yeah. So if anyone is wondering, this Briggs & Stratton is basically the exact same. It is the exact same motor as the original Briggs & Stratton. It is a 28R707 1140-E1. Now the 1140-E1 could be different. This could be a different variation, maybe an E2 or something, but as far as I'm concerned, it's an E1. Yeah, it is extremely nice. For someone who has this thing doesn't do super well on bumpy yards, and the reason is it doesn't have guide wheels. It looks like there's a spot for guide wheels that you can put guide wheels on, but it doesn't have them, so any contour bump, the deck takes that contour up, which you could say is not a bad thing, but it kind of gives your yard more of a rolling look rather than like a flat look. So everything's connected on the wiring, and well, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. All gears work, reverse works, deck engagement works. So this thing does charge, and everything is good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It definitely turned into something that I wasn't expecting it to turn into, but if you enjoyed it, drop a like, comment down below if you want to see me tear down that other motor, or comment down below if you want to see any other stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Hope the Lord watches over all of you in this world, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. God bless.